All right. So I have a sort of an ecumenical teaching about the theosophy of heaven and hell, or the theosophy of eternal judgment amidst Elysium, Hades, and Tartarus. Now, in Greek paganism, all deity, in Greek paganism, all people go to Tartarus. No, 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 no. Well, maybe now these days, a misconsideration of quite a lot of the viewers. Maybe, yeah, maybe a bunch of white Americans go to Tartarus. Okay, though there's a point about this teaching. Okay, and though in Greek paganism, all humans go to Hades, and then Hades judges whether they go to Eleusia or Hades or Tartarus. Okay, and Tartarus actually is the deepest, darkest of places of condemnation, though Hades really isn't that great, actually. All right. Uh, and so, at a particular point, uh, Zeus and the other deities decided that they could not compound manifold curses of conditions. Not actually. It just wasn't really right. Not actually. And they deemed that that an estimable eternity for an immortal spirit actually was the course of about 3,000 years, give or take. Quite a long time, all right? Yeah, it was about 3,000 years. Okay? And so, well, and the point why they decided this, okay, they could not compound manifold curses of conditions. Not actually. It's like, okay, well, amidst a context in a society where everybody's barbaric and they fight and they kill and they steal, all right? There are few people that might go to Elysia, though. I mean, most people are going to Hades or Tartarus. Actually, I mean, amidst what the humans said, maybe they only deserved Hades. While in a much more civilized situation, they would all go to Tartarus. All of them would, absolutely. Yeah, terrible people, fucking dumb. Okay, terribly fucking dumb. So the point about this teaching, though, it sort of makes a good point. Okay, well, like when everybody's barbaric and then okay, people are getting along. They have to try and survive. Like there's no shining example of ethical and intelligent amidst that sort of people. Not at all. So who amidst those people, maybe a few people that like sort of kept to themselves and they tried to make a little bit of a point, maybe they would go to Elysia, though it's not like they really deserved it, not at all. Okay, they didn't do that much. They weren't that reasonable amidst those people, not at all. Amidst an absolute consideration of conditions, no, those people were still primitive barbars. Okay, though maybe they were people like Xenophanes, for an example, or maybe even Socrates, or various others, and they served in the military, and they became orators later, and they spoke up about some justice, okay, and some right judgment and that sort of thing, and so maybe they had some of the highest seats in Hades, just to suggest fairly about it, all right, because I mean there was still amidst some, maybe there were a bunch of primitive conditions, okay, though I'm talking about theosophy, all right, I'm not talking about like how a bunch of inept people inferred about really great and profound things. Not actually, I'm talking about the theosophy of it, what's amidst it, some of the greater things, okay, that are like really profound. All right, and sort of an ecumenical thing because I'm tribal Mayan. All right, though, and the story, yeah. So the deities sent Hermes to tell Hades to convey the message to Tufaos whom actually is who was within Tartarus with Ekidna. All right. Yeah, and they're Gorgopis characters. I mean, they're like gorgons, like serpent, humanoid, rah, sort of monsters. Though, like, okay, so supposedly in a particular story, Tufaos betrayed Zeus to Kronos. Okay, and it started some conflict, and they warred and la la la. Though, considering the context, Tufaos really wasn't that bad. Actually, he was maybe even could be considered sort of reasonable, partly reasonable. All right, partly. And after 3,000 years within Tartarus, the deities decided to give Tufaos a chance for redemption. All right, and so Tufaos and Ekidna had their abode in Tartarus. Okay, and it's sort of safe. I mean, 3,000 years in their own sort of system. Okay, and still they're down there and la la la. Or they were. Okay, though Tufaos was let out. He was given a chance for redemption, and he was. I mean, in Tartarus, his perfect immortal form was a Gorgon, or Gorgopis. Okay, that's how he was reborn in Tartarus, or Hades, actually, though. Yeah, and then he went to Tartarus. Though he was given a chance for redemption. Because of his spirit, okay? And so he was given the chance, he could become Jason Hughes. Jason Scott Hughes, because he's Tufaos. And he was within darkness for a long, long time. Alright? And, though he's given a chance, and he gets to establish himself as the daimon of Spira Zeus. And all he has to actually do is fulfill his role responsibly, just his own role. All right, and he has to make a technological intelligent species that helps him to figure about this good society plan. And he has to like save all of humanity as much as he can actually with his point. And for his reward, he and Ekidna actually are reprieved of their sufferings, because they had an estimable eternity in Tartarus, about 3,000 years. So, because the deities, they had already planned, they can't compound manifold curses of context, of conditions. Not actually, it's not really a fair judgment, not actually, and it keeps the thing cycling. All right, okay. And so he has to actually do his part responsibly, sort of responsibly, of just his own role in amidst all of those people, to like sort of save humanity with the good society plan. And for his reward, yeah, he and Ekidna get to live in hell for all eternity in a tall building breathed in flames, and he gets to actually be a musician and sort of political. And they have visitors that cross the gulf of darkness to get to the tall building in hell of Jason Hughes, so really Tufaos, and yeah, with Ekidna. And so, thinking about things, I thought the story was sort of really cool and made sense, and really sort of makes quite a theosophical point about the right judgment of deities. So, yeah. Though that was my video post for the day.